Welcome to TradeNMBI.com. This is John Sports for the 11th. Well, that's a significant change we started with the other day. We ended up with a DOC spread. Our first, short config since, back over here when we first had just a minor dip. That was very brief, and that was mostly because we were still in a massive rise of shakeout. Here, we've dipped down pretty quick and already went into the red mode on that. It was pretty fast. Now, of course, steel in a full reset. If steel dips back down below negative 13, you could have a bit more of a run with this. Now, of course, we noticed that S&P doing far better and literally just working to get to fill this positive extreme from earlier without any shock at all. The NASDAQ, much weaker, but rebounding a little bit better from the previous day, so it's pretty close to its 76%. You just get the slight difference in how they behaved initially, and then it sort of blends out. And from a euro standpoint, no change there. I don't know why it's not highlighting this. So I get the charts even, but that's okay. From a gold standpoint, you can see where we peaked out. It did the exact same thing right there, that cyan split with orange rising, steel falling. The steel turning up has been enough to keep it from continuing that end blower. That's been enough to really kind of hold on to its position. And literally what you're looking for in this particular case is this to do a retrace, and then you'll have that second. And if that second move for the ABC category is at a higher level, all works out fine. From an intraday standpoint, it was tough for me because I kept having TS issues with it crashing back and forth. But you can see from an intraday standpoint, though, we started with our classic DOC spreads with the cyan breaking over, and then you get the conversion cross of cyan moving above, steel dropping, orange rising. It held on for a little bit there, but then when you get into that continuation mode, anytime the orange is caught between cyan and red until it finally dips below, which is the turnaround spark, and short-lived, because again, right there, exact same motif, and you begin a new wave. And so every time we ended up with any version of an attempted buy, they were in configurations that were ultimately too weak to sustain. And you literally just held, below the 38% almost throughout the entire time. And you can see that evidenced by the steel, no reset, all the way going through until we get closer to the end of the day, and started right about here. That was the first move above the 38%, was when we actually created the steel reset, and we sort of bounced flat around there. It's kind of an indication when you start to maintain the longer zero lines, this 100% line falling usually is an attractant to the upside of it. Maybe one final dip before finally reaching that 100% plus category right there. And again, I just get tired of marking all of the different ones, but they were just so clean. Even ones that are near to lows is still making new lows and providing great opportunities from that standpoint. So here we are right now in the early market, and literally this is the Power 2 DOC, Power 2 cross, and it went red early on that dip right around here where the orange popped above. But again, there were several other signals that were took place from earlier, going all the way back to before the day ended, and it just became a continuation. They're pretty good, though, at running these little run-up spikes. You're like, wow, I got everything in my favor, and then it does that. Then you realize, well, okay, it was short-lived, and then sure enough, they do it to force some short covering to get extra shares in there short at a higher value, and then boom, dump it all and make those new lows. So, and that's just a matter of, even from before here, marking positive extreme there. We had another one that was right here. And when you just keep going back, each time we made them, that they filled back in quite quickly. So, all good. At least charts are up for now, so that's a good thing for me. I'll be able to post some more of those on anything unique coming through. As always, I will update you and trade well. We'll talk to you later.